Kia ora and welcome. Coming up on the show today, we take a look into what's cruising into our ports and how it's affecting our city. And Christchurch Airport partners with an unlikely European city for greener travels. This is Pitopito Kōrero, a show brought to you by the students from the New Zealand Broadcasting School. Cruise ship season has just started and Lyttelton has just seen its largest since the quakes. Daniel Perese went out to the small community to see what this means for Otautahi.
E honore, e kororia, mangarongo ki te whenua.
People entering Lyttelton last Thursday were able to see the first large cruise ship to come to this side of Canterbury since before the earthquakes. To celebrate the occasion, Lyttelton Port Company hosted a gathering with the new mayor as one of the guest speakers.
Christchurch has a long association with cruise ships, so this is an exciting day for our city. You are the first cruise ship back here in Lyttelton for 11 years. Your arrival marks the most important turning point in Christchurch's visitor economy.
A tradition of plaque exchanging happened with Lyttelton Port Company Chair Margaret Devlin and Master of the Celebrity Eclipse Captain Zesis Taramas, blessed by Tahu Sterling and Maui Stewart. During my time at Lyttelton, I was able to speak to some UK cruisers about how they're finding the small town.
Quaint. Very quaint. Very quaint.
Nice. Great cake shop at the front.
Yes.
From now until early April, Christchurch NZ estimates around 170,000 visitors will end up on the Lyttelton berth.
$260 million that will be injected into the local economy, which over the cruise season is about $43 million a month.
This comes at a good time for businesses, especially after COVID regulations were dropped a few months ago.
Tourism operators are really excited, but the small businesses, Christchurch is made up of a lot of small businesses, mums and dads, and so this is exciting for everybody.
I spoke with a local Māori artist to see what this cruise might have in store for Ohiniho.
You know, it's good for the community. It is an arts centre. It's an arts community, focused community, so I think if we promote that, it gives us a point of difference to a lot of the other port towns around Aotearoa.
Whakaraupo Carving Centre Trust is currently looking at places in town to showcase and sell their artists' mahi.
You know, for us here at Whakaraupo, you know, to share our kōrero, you know, we uphold the mana of Ngāti Wheke. I think is important. You know, it's an ancient place, Whakaraupo. It's got a lot of stories. So I think that through whakairo we can share those stories. So for us, it's just promoting toi and promoting our artists, our Māori and non-Māori artists.
Although businesses are excited for the season, many residents do not share the same opinion. As on the Lyttelton Community Facebook page, people weren't too happy to see the large ship again.
I think we should all embrace people coming back here for tourism, especially because that helps us out. That helps us out big time.
With the season just beginning, it is unsure how it will pan out, but for now, it is all looking up. Daniel Perese, Pitopito Kōrero, Metro News.
While Hamburg Airport might be over 18,000 kilometres away, it's now working hand in hand with Christchurch Airport. It's all to do with a new partnership hoping to make our airways greener. I went out to see what this means for the future of aviation. The sky's the limit for Christchurch Airport as they launch a new partnership with Hamburg Airport to work on infrastructure for a hydrogen fuel-based future.
So over the last 8 months we've been having meetings online with Hamburg Airport, researching how we can apply hydrogen technology for aviation and land transport in Christchurch.
Sharing knowledge with those who are just as green as us.
Hamburg are leaders in this technology and have been using hydrogen for the last 20 years, and we're looking to take some of their expertise and partner here to get hydrogen aircraft trials in operation in 2026 to 2028.
something that's already taking off on the other side of the world.
The main thing is that hydrogen in aviation is a big chance for worldwide, of course, just because due to the fact that hydrogen is the most common element in the world, and it's quite easy to produce and to store.
Christchurch Airport is the first airport in the world to achieve level 4 carbon accreditation, and this partnership is all because of their ambitions to support net zero climate goals.
I think it is an opportunity to show the level of ambition of this organisation.
The future's energy carrier will be the hydrogen molecules. I'm really sure about this.
But how will airlines adjust to this change?
We have had a dedicated partnership with Air New Zealand over the last 12 months. We work hand in glove with them to decarbonise our operations, not only in sustainability, but in a little airport in New Zealand taking on the world, and how we transition our business and our environment.
A big partnership to address the big issue of climate change as we work towards a net zero carbon future. Cameron Joe, Pitopito Kōrero, Metro News. Coming up after the break, a young Christchurch star is teeing up for the Junior Golfing World Champs. And we tag along with an enthusiast finding some of the city's hidden gems right here on our beaches. Stay tuned.
My name's Alistair Coburn. I'm the station producer for Classic FM. So we're in London. We've got 8 radio stations and 2 TV stations here. So I've been doing this job about 2 years. Got a phone call while I was in the middle of Europe saying you've got a job interview in London. Worked out quite well. London's the greatest city on earth, I think. There's so much to do here. It's just such a vibrant place. My first year in the UK, I think we saw about 10 different countries. 2 weeks ago we were in Wales. A week before that we were in Prague. It's really amazing. I mean, Classic FM, we've got 5.3 million listeners every week, so it's more than the entire New Zealand population. I'll be writing promos, writing trails, writing imaging, writing commercials as well. I got nominated for a Sony Radio Award for a promotional campaign which I worked on. The skills that I've got from my study, they really stand up. It taught me a lot about how the entire radio industry works, like from sales to production to on-air to writing. Once you're done, you've got the internship, you get straight into a job, and from there you're off. I mean, the world's your oyster, basically.
Welcome back. We might just have our next Lydia Ko on our hands as a Year 3 student is preparing to take on the world by storm in a series of junior golf championships in the USA. Yana Ye has been playing golf for 3 years, and as I found out, she has high hopes of becoming one of the greatest. She's swinging to new heights at the age of 8. Next year, Russley Golf Club's Yana Ye is heading to the States to take on the world.
So she's qualified for the Futures Golf Championship, and she's also qualified for the World Stars Junior Championship. We still need to get confirmation on the third one, which is what we call the IMG Championship, which is kind of one of the pinnacle tournaments on the world stage.
Something she's more than ready for.
I want to beat the good players in there, so I want to see how good are they, or they are very good, better than me, so I need to practice harder.
Practice with perseverance, with her eyes set on the prize.
I'm gonna be very excited and gonna be like, I have won something very big and stuff.
Yana has been playing golf since the age of 5, and just earlier this month she won the Under-8 Girls Division of the Junior World Star qualifying tournament in Mount Maunganui, earning her a spot on the world stage.
So she won that tournament, that qualifying tournament, by 2 shots, which was super exciting. We have been lucky enough to have a lot of great golfers come out of our country, like Lydia Ko, for example. So we've actually used her as a bit of a benchmark, and at the moment she's stacking up pretty good, so it's quite exciting.
Doing the mahi to get the treats.
If I win, I'll be happy and tell my dad and my mom, and I can go to time zone every day and play with my friend and sleepovers.
But what's teed up for the future?
I want to be a coach and have a golf course my own. I want cats everywhere on the roof.
A dream that's not far-fetched for this little golf star. Cameron Joe, Pitopito Kōrero, Metro News. For our final story, we visit the small town of Birdlings Flat, which has become known to attract stoners. Crowds of people have been coming far and wide to collect precious gems from its beaches. Our reporter Jordan Dunn meets an enthusiast and learns what makes them rock and roll.
Okay, I'm Ken Saitars, and we're here at Birdlings Flat by Banks Peninsula. See that seat out there? It washed up on the beach. The driftwood washed up and I assembled it. So I thought we'd come out today and show you where I get these stones to make my craft work. And these stones have traveled a long way to get here, and it's nice to be able to just walk on the beach and be able to pick them up. Got to spend time on the beach. We start here at the parking lot and walk up towards the cliffs. That's where they seem to accumulate more often, but you do find them way down the beach as well. That's quartzite, but not in the quantity that you'd find them up here. And it depends on the surf conditions as well. Agate is the one of the more popular stones. Jaspers are nice colors, nice size. But the one people really like to find is petrified wood. And we do find some nice specimens here as well, but not very often. Here's some of the jaspers we collected today, and even a piece of agate. And then I can put them around a mold and make up a bowl or a halo or a heart of the stones. Okay, now we've come back from the beach. We're sitting at home, starting to relax after a very sunny and enjoyable day, looking for and trying to find some stones of interest. These two agate slices show what appears to be an entry point for agate filling the cavity in layers. And so it must have been a sequential process. There's two examples. That collection represents keepers of about 35 years of finding stones here in New Zealand and Australia, in the USA, and interestingly enough, in Oman in the Middle East. It almost looks like it has two eyes and a mouth with lots of teeth in it. I call that my zombie stone. And I cut this on my diamond saw. It's a unusual looking rock again, quite a brown sort of surface to it. But when I cut it open, I found a nice surprise inside. It had an amethyst center. Particularly with Birdlings Flat stones, I get a pile of them. They look nice, all different colors and shapes, but it's just a pile of stones. I'd like to think about them being more useful. Welcome to my downsized workshop. I started initially after I had bought some equipment to cut the stones up. And I made some slices of stones, and I used them for decorating behind the wood burner in the house, and also for making some little ornaments like pencil cases, and I even made some butterflies. If I'm not going to polish them, then I look at gluing them together around some molds to make various shapes. And I stir the glue up, mix it together, and then I do it on the joins. Here's a bowl recently made. Again, all birdling flat stones. And to make it stable, it's got agate feet on it as well. Well, I spend probably 2-3 hours most days. Yeah. Well, you get things like this here that sort of tickles your imagination of what it is, how it works. Create something, and for something that somebody else would like looking at. You got to persist with it a bit, but it's nice to find things you can do, make things with.
That's all for this episode of Pitopito Kōrero. I'm Cameron Joe. Thank you for joining us. For more Canterbury news, make sure to head over to our website, metronews.co.nz, and we will see you next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Ka kite anō.
Nice.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you. It's a nice area, isn't it?
Let's see.
But how do they move out? How do they move? We take a look into goes out to the small community to see what this means. I don't know how to say it. Cruise ship season has just started. What? Cruise ship season has just... Oh, I can't get it right.